What's up, everyone? It's Cannan back with another Rune Factory video, and I wanted to go over some details that I've not went over in some past videos because we are getting more small details about stuff about the game than I can keep up. But now that I've had a few days while putting out other videos and deciding, what order I want to do things and all that, I have gathered up some info that I've not covered, and I wanted to go over it with you guys. Now, we're mostly going to be using both the English and the Japanese Twitters for the game, though the Japanese Twitter has a lot more info on it than the English one does. But I wanted to go over this right here. Now, of course, this came out back in April, so a lot of people who are getting the game know about this. But I want to go over some things that there is still hope that the Earth Dancer Edition will launch on June 5th. So I'm going to read this real quick. This is from Ken Berry, president of Marvelous USA. I'd like to share an update with our fans in the Americas. Like other companies that deal with an international supply chain, the uncertainty of the tariff situation is creating havoc on our production schedules, and there's a chance that the premium Earth Dancer edition of our upcoming Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma release may not be ready in time for the game's worldwide June 5th release. Specifically, the Sensu folding fan is done but has been stuck at our supplier factory in China for a couple of weeks. Trying to bring it over now with the effective tariff rate will cost unanticipated fees totaling over 20% of the suggested selling price, largely due to this item being the most expensive component we have ever produced, with the exception of a figure going into a collector's edition. I do not think they're talking about a collector's edition for Rune Factory. I think they're talking about a different game completely. We cannot pay those fees, and trying to pass the cost on to fans who already pre-ordered at a set price is also unacceptable to us. So they're saying that the fees are too expensive for them to pay, and they're not going to up the price for it when people have already pre-ordered this months in advance. In case anyone is wondering why a fan steeped in Japanese tradition is being made in China, that is because that was the only option available to us when we started this process almost a year ago. When we were told that there was not a Sensu manufacturer in Japan that could create our custom fan at the qualities that we needed, instead we imported authentic Japanese wasashi paper to a facility in China where they would be assembled using a labor-intensive process. That's really wild for me to believe that there was no manufacturer in Japan that would make these authentic Japanese fans. If that's true, that's kind of mind-boggling. Now, a lot of people are getting on social media, on Reddit, on Twitter, and many other places saying that this game is not coming out. Like, if you got this edition, you are not going to get it on June 5th. But here it says there is still a chance that the goods could make it in time for launch, and this message worries everyone for no reason. But I prefer to be open and transparent with our community. Even if the tariffs are reduced or eliminated tomorrow, there could be a huge backlog of product in a similar situation as ours. What that means is that what would usually have taken only a day to clear U.S. customs could take weeks. That is how uncertain things are right now with our already delayed schedule. We will continue to closely monitor the situation and be prepared to provide the product as quickly as possible, such as bringing the Sensu fans by air rather than the much more economical ocean freight. It's actually more expensive to fly something than put it on a freight ship and have it come from the ocean. We thank you for your support and understanding if even our best efforts still result in a delay. Alright, so this was April 25th, and they've not really said anything else since. We're at May 9th, so I mean, we're less than a month from the game coming out. Now, of course, if it is affordable, I will just buy a standard edition on June 5th and play the game until my Earth Dancer edition arrives. But I mean, I really hope that's not the case, because that's $160 to $170 I really don't want to spend, because the Earth Dancer edition is already $100. Personally, now this is just me. This is not saying this would be okay to everyone else. I personally would be okay with just getting it and waiting for them to send me the fan later, because I want the game. I want the game. That's mostly what I want. And yeah, I could, or I could just buy it digitally on my Switch and play it that way. If I have to, I might just buy the game digitally, and then when my Earth Dancer edition comes, then we'll go from there. But we'll see. We'll see how the bank looks when June 5th runs around. Hopefully it comes on time, because they even said they're looking at ways to do it, like flying it over instead of by ship. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but I just want to say, don't go around saying that it's definitely not coming out on, that people are not going to get their games on June 5th, when there still is maybe a slight possibility of it happening. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm covering on the English Twitter. Now, on the Japanese Twitter, we've gotten a few things over the last few weeks. I've kind of let it build up before covering it. That way I just have stuff to show you guys. There's still the Bachelors and Bachelorettes trailers that I've not went over. I think I'm going to do those in a stream either tomorrow or later in the week. We will see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to start right here. We have got, I'm thinking she has ears like an elf, but I don't know what she is, but I think she's supposed to be like a blacksmith, and this is a little tidbit of her voice. So let's get a listen.
さあさ、今日も家事仕事魂込めていこうじゃないか
Now, of course, these are all going to be in Japanese, because this is the Japanese Twitter. But I like her Japanese voice. I really do. I like it a lot. This is another NPC.
好きなものはお魚ちゃん。夢もまた大好きなお魚ちゃんになることです。
Obviously, he's a fisherman. I've already seen people on Reddit and Twitter thirsting over this guy, wanting him to be a marriage candidate. But yeah, so of course, none of this I can read, but we've got some new screenshots when it comes to fishing and all that. Now, if you guys have watched my Rune Factory 5 videos and streams, you all know that I do love a good fishing game. So hopefully it's around the same like Rune Factory 5 was. I just hope actual casting is not a pain like it was in Rune Factory 5. But here you can see a fish log that'll keep track of all. Aw, look how bright his eyes are. He actually does look kind of cute right there. But yeah, we got some comics for Rune Factory 5. We've got some ambience. We've got some ambiance to go. And that's just the story trailer. We've already went over that. Oh, Wolby's Dragon Form.
ちはやふり、この国を救うがいい。
Definitely sounds more formidable and deeper. Okay, so this is the protagonists wearing the outfits from Rune Factory 4. So let's give it a little look. Gonna put it in, see what in the best quality they have, 1080. Okay. So here's Subaru and Kaguya wearing the outfits of the heroes from Rune Factory 4. Which is a DLC that you get with most editions. I personally probably won't be getting this because I want them to look like themselves, not a past hero. but it's a nice addition. Sitting right on our throat.
いえ、私は別に。
She's so
かしこみかしこみ申す。願わくばこの木に宿りし御御霊。ち
I
早
like
く
the Japanese voice of
千代に八千代に先は行かない。
Ooh, look at that flying animation there. Looks nice. So there you have that, a little showcase of what those outfits will look like in game. Now this stuff, this, like, we got the Switch 2 edition here. We've got like these posters of artwork, and man, I really hope there's another way to get these. I love this wall scroll. I've used this in art and videos for like thumbnails and backgrounds. It's mostly because I'm going to be playing as Kaguya as the main protagonist, and the fact that she can marry both of these girls, I just love it. I love having Kaguya with two of the bachelorettes. So I really hope there's a way to get this wall scroll. Jess is usually really good at finding these, so I might be like, hey, hun, if you spot this wall scroll, can you please get it for me? Or at least let me know so I can buy it. Here we've got one with Iroha, I believe. And it's pretty much just her wearing the outfit from Rune Factory 4. This one only goes up to 720, so it's not as good quality.
お掃除に終わりというものはない
So
の
she
です
is also a bachelorette. You can't marry her.
働か
She's
ざる
one
も
of the
食う
few
べからず
gods or
こん
goddesses
なは
you
ず
can
じゃなか
marry.
ったのにな
She's one of the few mortals
ど
you
うすれ
can
ば
marry.
里の良さが分かってもらえるんだろ
She's cute. I really like that outfit on her. Here's the swimsuits. This is pretty much them showing off some of the DLC, the swimsuits, the love bundle that they're really trying to get people to buy, and the other outfits for the protagonists. And the reason why I say that is this artwork right here. Of course, these two are already in the game, but these are the two that are locked behind DLC if you want to marry them. So here they've got their own art, and it's obvious Marvelous is really, really trying to sell these two, so you'll buy the DLC so you can marry them. So we've got her eating rice, looking happy, and at first I saw this and I was like, is that a video game controller? Since when were video games in Rune Factory? But it looks like he's flying some kind of drone. And like, we've seen flying machines in Rune Factory before. We've seen airships and stuff like that. I just don't know how a drone would work in Rune Factory. But yes, it is very obvious that Marvelous is trying to get you to be like, hey, you see these two? They're really cute. You should want to marry them, so you want to buy that DLC. That's what they're trying to do. And I mean, I get the DLC as part of the Earth Dancer edition, so I'll try them out, but I still don't like it that they're locked behind DLC. That shouldn't be a thing. We've seen this. We saw this in the trailer of riding the dragon and going to different shrines. I believe we've got all these lit up places. I'm wondering if those are shrines or if that's something else. Okay, this guy. He was shown off to be a antagonist in the last trailer, and so here's
姫様の悲願成就まであとわずか。邪魔はさせません。
I gotta say his voice kind of fits the appearance, to tell the truth. And then we've got this character who does not have a voice actor named yet. It's all question marks, but this is also going to be an antagonist from that other nation. Story trailer again. Now, I saw this originally on Reddit, so I wanted to touch upon it in this video. We have confirmation that Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma will have 30 save slots. That is plenty enough to do multiple playthroughs, and it's also a great way to test out marriage candidates to see who your favorite is. Now, I did this in 5, where I would get each marriage candidate to a certain heart level, and then right before like where you start dating happens, you could make certain saves, and that way you could see how the dating goes, how the marriage goes, how the wedding goes, so you can get the different cutscenes and all that. So yes, 30 save slots. That is awesome because there's a lot of marriage candidates in this game. So yeah, you can have save slots for playing as Kaguya, playing as Subaru, and if you want to marry everyone as each protagonist, that way you get Kaguya with the bachelors, Kaguya with the bachelorettes, and then Subaru with all the bachelors and with all the bachelorettes. You'll have a lot. You'll have a lot of save spots raring to go. So that is awesome. I love that they gave us that many. This looks like a shrine. This looks like Spring Village. I do not know what this says. Sadly, I cannot read Japanese. Maybe I can get it to translate. About the Dragon God statue. By performing a dance to the Dragon God statue, you will form a bond with the Dragon God, and the Dragon God statue with which he formed a bond. You can record your current... okay, this is the save points. These are the save points then. So look for the Dragon God statues when you want to save your game. Okay, I'm glad I read that now. Let's go up here more. What's this? Premium Digital Deluxe includes items. Okay, so is the art I've seen of this the art book then? I don't know, but it's showing some of the art that you will see in the art book. This is the digital art. So this is stuff you will see if you get the digital one. But please remember, there is a version, if you're getting digital, where you can get the physical stuff. All right. This is another thing that I saw on Twitter. And pretty much, there will be a call sign. You can use when you will need to talk to the villager who runs the shop. If the owner is not found, use the call signs installed in each facility to call the store owner. So pretty much from what I understand is that if the owner is not at the shop, you use this, boom, they're automatically there. You can use the shop. So does this mean we don't have to wait for shops to be open to use them? I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it's sounding like. And let's see it in action real quick.
Yosha!
Hey, sell me some stuff. Like there is so much stuff to buy in this game. It's like I'm worried about keeping it like item management. Like, oh man, how much of this do I need? Do I have enough to make it? You know, it's so yeah, there you go. If they are not around, you can summon them and you will be able to shop. So I'm guessing the shop owners in this game do not sleep. We got some of the other stuff we've seen. There's this stuff. What's this? This one. Okay. And then we've got some new art of Ulaka, which is my favorite girl right now. Definitely going to be marrying her as Kaguya first. This might be part of the thumbnail, actually, for this video. I actually really like that art. So we will see. We went over this last time about the kids inheriting traits. There's also this where it shows off a little bit of customization for party members, and I'm guessing maybe NPCs if you take villagers with you into dungeons. Now, I think this was something in past games, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit more customization in the game, which is always good. I will never be unhappy with that. Now here we go. This is a showcase of the Dark Woolby bundle, which will give Woolby a skin and both Kaguya and Subaru new outfits. It even changes their hairstyles. So This kind of reminds me of stuff like in the Tales series, where if you got certain titles, you would get outfits. They've kind of become DLC now, but back in the day, they were already in the game, but you had to unlock the outfit. And usually you would have to play the game multiple times with the same save file to unlock the titles for everyone, so you'd have everyone having a matching set. And usually I saw them as like in-game outfits. It was usually oh, what were they called? They were like the gentleman outfits where everyone got like fancy clothing, and I would treat them as the in-game outfits. Like, because in some anime and some video games, the characters would always get an outfit change for the final battle. That's how I would treat it. So I might do that with this. Like, I won't have Kaguya wear this until we're getting closer to the end game. Because I like it. I like these outfits. I like that it changes their hairstyle as well.
あまもころのみ
Looks all
ごめ
mad.
ん今なんて
ああもうめんどくさいな好きに呼べばいいだ
I
ろ
like Wolby's Japanese voice a
Ja,
little bit more than the
Mokoron de.
English one, I have to say.
おいノリと唱え
Sounds
てくれ
more cute.
えなんででしょう
I like this. I like the sound.
なんでじゃなくて
Did her bangs change a little bit?
じゃ
Can't
あ
tell.
かしこみかしこみ
Idle animation in the outfits.
よっとうん
Oh, she's dancing. Now,
よし
I wonder if these are idle animations that you only get if they have that outfit. Like, oh, I went far too back. Darn it. Okay, this is my secondary account that I just use for videos. This is not my main account. But I wonder if that's animations that they only have if they have those outfits equipped. And I'm also wondering, are we going to get other outfits that are hopefully in the game that we can unlock? Hopefully it's not just all DLC. Now, something that is not on here that I see, and I could not find the post on Reddit anymore, is that we have confirmation for the weapons that are in the game. And they didn't include all the ones that have been in past games. There's, of course, single-handed sword, like katanas and stuff like that. Two-handed swords, which we've seen. The talisman, which we've seen. Bows, which I think... Is that a series first, or was bows in a past game and I just don't remember? I can't remember. I know they were not in 5, and I don't think they were in 4. So bows might be debuting or returning. I can't remember which one. And dual swords. Dual swords is returning, and a lot of people are excited about that because a lot of people love dual swords. I usually don't use them. I'm usually a single-handed sword kind of person in Rune Factory, but this one, I might go dual swords. I was kind of upset that like fighting gloves are not coming back, like no pugilist is coming back, and like didn't we have like hammers and axes in past games? So I don't think they're in this game, but it might be because it takes place in the East, where there might be different kinds of weapons, and those weapons might not exist in that part of the world. So a little bit of lore building there, if that is true. But that is all I've got for you guys in this video today. I am going to maybe be streaming tomorrow with the Bachelor and Bachelorette's trailers, going over those one by one now that they're all out and released. But if not, it'll be later in the week. But I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, click that like button, leave a comment, and all that other good stuff. As always, guys, this is Cannan. Me and Jess love you all very, very much. Please stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.